Hello, welcome to Out of the Box, and this time we are looking at the 2016 edition of Magic the Gathering Commander. Every year when they do these, they have a theme. It was first allied colors, three allied colors, and then it was 3 enemy colors. And then we had decks with planeswalkers as commanders, and then we had 2-color enemy decks, and now we've got 4-color. Like, see, this one is not blue. That's what I call it. I call it not blue. The deck itself is called Open Hostility, but I just like calling it not blue. And it apparently comes with 4 legendary foils, so this is kind of exciting. And between all 5 decks, I think there's 56 new cards, which in itself is pretty badass in my opinion. So let's crack one of these open. I'm actually going to crack open this one because I have a friend that hates playing blue, and I'm sure he'd like to know what the hell comes in the not blue commander deck. As you can see, as you can tell from the front, there's 4 legends you can have as your commander. The 4-color one, as you can see here, does some pretty cool stuff. It has Vigilance and Haste. When it enters the battlefield, choose a player. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, it deals that much damage to the player you choose, which means you can effectively do double damage if you have the way of doing so. And Furnace of Wrath just means it does quadruple damage. I'm trying not to damage the box. Here we go. Alright, so we got the oversized foil commander. Now, I like these boxes, but these are very obtrusive in my opinion, because they don't fit in a normal... I like having my stuff like in normal size boxes like this, and these just don't fit snug, or at all for that matter, in a regular box, which sucks. We've got the got ourselves a little rules insert in here. How to play the deck. It's got the entire deck list. All 100 cards right there. The cool thing is they always label the cards that are new in here. There's new cards. These cards are legal for play in Vintage and Legacy only. I'm not going to go through and count how many cards are new, because that would take forever. Then on this side, it just gives, what does it do? What is over here? It describes Commander. It also describes the generals, all 4 of them. There's 4 generals because they introduced a new mechanic in this set, and that's Partner, where you can have 2-color generals in play, and as long as they have Partner, you can play both of them. It's a new way of making a 4-color deck. I like the idea of the mechanic, but I think what they should have done is instead of it requiring both generals to have Partner, it should have been 1. So this way you could have, like, say, I'll just assume that these 2 had Partner. Rhea Dawnbringer and Phage the Untouchable. I know playing Phage would be bad, but that's just an example. Because if Phage doesn't come into play from your hand, you automatically lose the game. Oh yeah, we've got the obligatory at the bottom of this thing. How to play Magic. Because it comes in everything. Everything. Okay, so here are your 4 foil cards. These are the cards that can be your general. One of them is 4 color, the others are 2, but that's because they have partner. Another thing that I think they could have done here is they have 1 general that's red-green and 2 that are black-white. They should have made another red-green one. Maybe there is another red-green one in here. I don't know. Lots of tokens. And they're all double-sided. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10, and on both sides they're sapperlings. So I guess it's really just a matter of which picture you like more. As far as the deck contents go, it's a pretty standard, straightforward deck. Updated, of course, to the new wordings on everything. So colorless mana is on stuff like Soul Ring. You know, stuff like Asbin Charm has been rewritten so that way the modal stuff is ... going down. But yeah, I mean, it just seems like a very straightforward... Ooh, split card. It actually has the split card Order and Chaos. Okay. This also has Aurora's God of Victory. So we've got one of the gods in this deck. It runs a lot of legendary creatures. But considering you're playing Commander, you're not really going to be worrying about legendary creatures all that much. And I know one of the decks, I forget which one, actually runs a Planeswalker. So now the question is, what kind of mana base are we looking at? What is the land base that we're looking at with this deck? How the hell are they managing 4 colors in a deck? Now, I know that there's some mana producers in here. There's Felwar Stone, there's at least 1 Signet, there's Soul Ring, but this is the important part, the lands. It runs a Cave of Kolios. Tap to add a colorless to your mana pool, tap to add white or black and take a damage. It runs a Dragon Skull Summit. It enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a swamp or a mountain. It runs Exotic Orchard. Tap to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Or tap to add 1 mana to your mana pool of a color or land an opponent controls. It runs Grand Colosseum. Comes into play tapped. Tap to add a colorless. Tap to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool and take a damage. It runs Carplusian Forest, the red-green pain land. It runs Mosswort Bridge. It's the green hideaway land. It runs Rootbound Crag. Enters battlefield tapped unless you control a mountain or a forest. It runs the red hideaway land, Spine Rock Knoll. It runs Sunpetal Grove. Enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a forest or a plains. It runs Windbrisk Heights, which is the white hideaway land. And then it runs 3 plains. 3 swamps. 5 mountains. 5 forests. An Ash Barrens. Tap to add a colorless to mana pool and basic land cycling. A Command Tower. An Evolving Wilds. A Gruul Turf. The red-green Ravnica land. Jungle Shrine, which was the red-green-white, I think the Alara land. It enters the battlefield tapped, and you tap to add 1 of 3 colors. It runs Nomad Outpost, which is the red-white-black land of the same type. It runs Orzhov Basilica. It runs Sunscape Citadel. It runs Savage Lands, and it runs Terramorphic Expanse. So it's got many ways to look for land. And a lot of multicolor mana producers, which is probably going to be the theme of all the decks. I hope. So there you go. That's one of the Commander decks. I'm going to put a link into the description of what is in all of them, straight from Wizards of the Coast website. So yeah, or from MTG Salvation, whichever one I feel like doing. So yeah, that's it for now. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Peace.